Ogungele se haraba, baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo, 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 baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se haraba. Ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se haraba, baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo, baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo, baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo. Ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se haraba, ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se haraba, baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo, 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 baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se haraba, ogungele se hariwo, ogungele se haraba, baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo, baba ele wa uyaho. Ogungele se hariwo.
My name is Pedrito Martinez. I'm from Havana, Cuba. I play percussion, and I became a santero.
Well, I'm not going to play the whole of that one. Okay, so as you can see, this is an untitled video, which means it can be a mix of anything, whatever. I might put people on to talk, and then because we can multitask. If you're able to multitask with your phone and carry on talking and do what you're doing. It's Monday. I know it's Monday. I'm trying to get out all these videos so I can go take my rest before I get the total burnout. Yes, I just did a video on a review. I am just watching a couple things right now. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna give away everything what I'm doing on the real life because it's unnecessary really. But basically, oh, it was. Funnily enough, right? There seems to be quite a good build of series of programs out there. At first, I was looking at loads of Cuban ones before, but to explain them is quite intricate, and you know. Now, because see, I could have talked about Peter Spencer today, but I'm not going to talk about him today. I think he's going to be the last one that I do because his thing is quite tragic and it's quite sad. The way in which he died. I mean, like I said, there's others out there too. There's the boy that was shot in the bed. The police came in and they shot him in the bed. So there's sad. It's quite sad, really. So let me see what I can pull up. What is of interest? What is interest? What's worth talking about or not talking about in one word? Now, anyone who's into football and stuff like that, now I seen one where it said, could the Reggae Boys get the World Cup? Or we could just talk in general. I just open up really. I'm not gonna even I might even cut out the one with the Santero where he's about to talk. because I just wanted that little drum interlude. Really, I didn't want nothing else. So I'm gonna put the thing out, and we can just talk about anything. I'm not really too. It's one of them days. I just want to finish all the videos now. I want to get them over and done with, and then take a break. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the wrong thing. Oh yeah. See, I forgot what I just did. Let me put the link in the chat to make it easier. Let me put the link in the chat. Now, this one only takes 3 people per se, but you can talk. If you can talk and all that, that's fine. We don't have to talk about nothing strict. It's gonna be not as long as the other day because time, morning time, everybody's doing their whatever they got to do. Some people at work, some people sleeping, some people about. It's no structure. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put up my favorite guy saying he's doing stuff to Edward Seaga. Let me just put up this guy. Let's have a laugh at him.
We shall have Timoshe Manisha, Watakan Bra, Alakanta Distos, Aswivas, the great spirit of Nani, Kwafe, Kojo, the great spirit of Michael Manley, our great leader, Maroon leader, Edward Seaga, our Caucasian Maroon leader. We summon their spirit, save the people of this land. Michael Manley, the land for the people, them Seaga, by the heritage. So this is a crystal ball of flat up people. So Seaga people, you know, come in and buy for them. So and government have the respect for them leaders because Seaga now should get a pyramid. But you see them left Seaga like it was a Maroon. So people, so we the Maroon ancestors is here today summoning the spirit of Seaga in Plateau Crystal Ball because right now we have to go save the militaries them, we have to go save the police them, we have to go save the doctors them from this depopulation things what them do. And
He just talks a lot. I don't know. Anyway, let me see if I could find a video what I did of him previously. Now, ages ago, I did a video on him. He was talking sense. He was making so much sense, honestly. Anyway, let me see if I can pull him up. Let me pull it up.
you see me tell you now, sell out again. So fire for the Trinidadian Prime Minister. People, every Prime Minister what try to uplift the people them. The Chinese man, Joe Biden them send go kill them, the feds them. I know Andrew Wallace is a good looking Maroon youth. I never know say him gonna follow Christopher Tough John come. I mean Christopher Tough Dog. Christopher Tough John or John or Christopher Columbus, anything I want him. And sell out the people them. Some people. Now Christopher Crofton a plan to kill Andrew Wallace to take over the party. And Andrew Wallace now made them hype him up and him a try to kill the Governor General to take over the army. So one bugger, him a try to kill him. But no for uno go find out cause uno member them say me have goat mouth. And me never thought nothing wanna go say it people. Uno try for one thing what me chat and it never go so. Try Come on, try remember the man. No matter how the talk about how the emperor him chat too much, you know. But when always come back and say, boy, emperor, you know, so you the tell us say, them kill off Ray, you know, so you the tell us say Canada go lock down, you know, so you the tell us.
I'm gonna play music on here because no, I don't want him to play music on here. As soon as he start playing music, I'm gonna have to fast forward. So we might miss a few stuff, but he actually is for the people in lots of between the two MPs. That's where Edgar Siaga come from. So Edgar Siaga is very much looked on, very much. He has a lot of accolade in Jamaica. My mum says to me, when you're in Jamaica, you can't say which side you are part of because they will kill you. You can't say you're part of this, you're part of that. There was also Don Condondos in the 90s, and he stand up against the police and for the people, and he was taken down. So Jamaica have a lot of corruption and a lot of things going on, which is what Lewis is trying to say. But I'm just looking at the Obia part of things today, really, because he went in and he bought 3 skeleton heads in the shop. He bought the oils, he bought the herbs, and, you know, certain things represent certain things in certain places and certain things is done. So he was explaining the science, like I said. But you'll see him in action. I'm going to show him a little piece of him in action. I'm not going to show from the beginning because he's a whole heap of talking. And I think it's an old one, but I'm gonna show it anyway. Let me just find it and show it. Oh, hello. Did they go? Hello? Who just came up? Oh, someone just came up and it went off. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Give me a minute. Let me go find the video again.
See them across the north, see them across the south. See the Honorable, the Excellence, Edward Siaga people. And see the people, when the man dead, thousands of Zion people come out for the man people. Thousands.
Hello? Oh, it's Christina. Oh, your thing's playing up. Hold on. It's red. Oh, it's alright now. Let me try put up this video. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Everything.
hello.
How are
Huh?
you?
I'm okay. I'm just trying to watch out some videos so I can
I
just take
know.
a break.
I was watching it, but I've missed a little bit of it with trying to get in.
Oh, yes, yes, yeah. This is an old video. I don't even know whether you've seen this one. Hold on. Let me see if I can
Is
log in.
that the one where he did the ritual for all of the politicians?
Nah, this is the one before I think the lockdown, or maybe it might be. I can't remember this.
It might
What
be the same one.
might be the
I
same
saw
one.
one. It might be a couple of years ago now, and he absolutely went down in the realms.
Yes,
He went
yes,
deep.
yes.
I'm not going to dismiss him as a person. I'm sorry, I can't.
Hmm.
No,
He's
I'm
just
not.
I don't know. I heard something because even the maroon ID it wasn't proper it wasn't done properly. I was told there was something not wrong, something wrong with the ID because remember he was saying that how you can get the maroon ID.
Absolutely, because I did see that. I watched that interview where I can't remember who it was that interviewed him, and he was talking about there's a place in London where you can get the maroon ID from.
Mm,
There is a place in London,
mm,
obviously Jamaica
mm,
and other places. I know
mm,
there's definitely a telephone number in London, and I
mm,
watched that one when he gave that.
mm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let me make it larger so I don't see all the screen. I'm trying to learn how to share videos and things.
He's quite passionately crazy, isn't he? Really.
Yes, as they, I mean, as
I
they
think
report.
that's the way to put it. Really, is that he's so passionate. He can come across as being really, really crazy, but I've seen him on at different levels as well. He's a very passionate man. Very
Yeah,
passionate man.
yeah,
He's
he is.
really fighting, isn't he, for the rights of the poor people of Jamaica.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at supporting the people of Jamaica on certain things, but maybe because he wants to get acknowledged by
Yeah.
the maroon leader because the maroon leader put the phone down on him um as well. He
Oh,
got dissed highly. I will say there's a video floating around of him where he phones the maroon leader and he tells him off and he puts the phone down on him.
wow.
Puts the phone down on him. Quite a few people had it. And he just sat there like really like oh my god like he couldn't believe that happened to him. He
Well,
couldn't.
I
It's like
guess
he couldn't,
I
hmm?
guess if you're going to try to dictate to somebody, that is going to happen to you, isn't it? You know, if you can't have a two-way conversation, that's going to happen to you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I'm gonna let this one play, and then I'll pull up the one
Okay,
where
no
the
problem.
maroon leader.
Oh,
Huh?
I'm getting a call coming in. I'm a nuisance.
Okay,
How do I mute? I can mute and
okay.
This work is not no joke, no crap. We come with speed. You see much duffy are working. 10 of them. 10 duffy. 5 women and 5 man. All them come from Maroon Town. And Maroon them. We know them. Nobody now tell them nothing about them dead when they come down here. From the Maroon.
So we carry them one down and the cemetery with we.
Yeah, man.
That's them one that lead out all of the other rest of them.
Okay.
Guess what? Hold on, snake eyes.
I know when we duck them when we bring them when we do it. That's what I'll be here.
All right. Throw some.
You cannot get to it. That bad side. I work around for the poor people too. And them sickness. We can't get no sickness in Jamaica, man.
No corona down there.
We're not there. We're not there at all.
Give me the lighter there. Where the lighter there?
Them are sickness even.
You see when you're seeing all this now, like there is deep obia and there's the mild one. But I did meet a maroon lady who was really into this, and she's talking about the Kumina. She said in the Kumina, which is like a drumming night amongst the people, them. She said in the Kumina, she said people be walking on their head, on their hand, all sorts of things that's be happening. She said in the Kumina, that's when they do ancestry side. They call down the ancestors to give them the rum and whatever else they have to give them. While the drums are playing, lots of things is happening. There is a very old documentary about this he's doing right now, and many countries, including the West Indians or Caribbeans, however, right? There is lots of people who do deal with this art. There's also a movie which also highlights this. It's called Countryman. In Countryman, there's a young lady walking in the graveyard, and she sees an old. He's named Alabim. And when she sees him, you see the big bone that he's got. Alabim takes that same big bone and curses her. She drops to the ground. Now, we have a great power, right? We have a great power. It don't matter which way you come at it, no matter whether you do it this way or whether you do it in other ways, whether you call on God. To me, if you're calling on certain things, you have to know to send them back, because they will sit in this world. They will sit in the world. You see, on the Facebook, one time there was a picture taken of Neptune in the waves. You see, so the immortals. When you call down the immortals, you have to know to send them back, because they can destroy the whole earth right now. But I think this is where people fail to see. You know, you can't just be calling down things willy-nilly, calling down the ancestors really willy-nilly. And I'm sure the ancestors get. Yeah, so that's what I said. I can't remember how long I made that video about when I was giving those details to the.
You're absolutely right. I mean, how on earth can you conjure up all sorts of things that you don't know what you're doing? Which is what we know. These things happen in church, don't we?
Yeah,
it happens in church all the time. I've witnessed it with my eyes. What can go wrong? On one incident that I witnessed was the pastor calling out demons out of a person, and this person ended up without shoes on. He sat down in the front seat. He was totally exhausted after this ceremony ritual, and it was when you take the, what do they call it, the bread and wine business. You know, the blood
the communion,
the communion thing. When it was the communion, he went forward, tripped up, ran out of the church, ran into the kitchen, and took a great big kitchen knife out of the drawer, and he was coming back to murk off the pastor. I've seen that. I also saw. It was a Wednesday, and the pastor came into church, and he said, "Let's open with a prayer." And all of a sudden, I heard a bag drop on the floor, and a woman get up and thump down the pastor. Like, seriously? Yeah. So we better be careful of what we're invoking, because, you know, you invoke stuff, don't know how to put them back to where they belong. And then you leave the place flooded with all sorts of entities that will act and attach themselves to other innocent people. Could be even your children. We do have to be really careful. And a lot of people are invoking stuff and they don't know what they're doing.
And that's,
I'm not sure that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. because he lives literally in Jamaica, right? I don't
Yeah,
live in Jamaica, and I know that Edo Siaga is not a Caucasian man. I know that, okay, and
that's right.
and
He is a Caucasian man.
oh, he is,
Edward Siago. Well, he was a
yeah,
very pale skinned man. He's a Syrian man.
yeah,
His
yeah,
blood was actually filtered out. To be true, if we let's be truthful about it, his blood was filtered out. He's a black man, but his blood was filtered out. He was very
mm,
fair skinned man.
yeah, very fair skin.
Yeah.
Because he's like how we see White Yardie right now, isn't it? Right, when we look at White
Yes.
Yardie, right, that's
He was
how Edward
he's a little
Siaga
bit
would have looked
darker,
like.
a little
Yeah,
bit darker than White
yeah,
Yardie, but not
yeah,
much, not
yeah,
much at all. And he had the same kind of hair and everything, straight hair, didn't he? Edward
yeah,
Siago didn't have our kind of hair at all. Wasn't an afro.
yeah, yeah.
No, it
So
wasn't an afro.
So the fact that how he said all that now if you're going and you're doing all that and you're carrying a big old globe in your hand and whatever, I mean, like I said, I came across a Maroons. I would say she's a priestess in her own rights because she is a priestess
Hmm.
in her rights, right? But she didn't. She right. She okay. Fair enough. Even though right, Jamaicans are boast up, big up chest kind of people. She was not
Absolutely.
like that. She wasn't like that, and she probably can do the same thing he's doing, right? But the way how he's making it out, like, oh yeah, right, you need the globe and you need the this, you need the that. You don't need all that because
Yeah.
King Bujo, and I wish I could pull up his video because I don't want him to strike me, right?
Yeah.
King Bujo went straight to the graveyard. He spoke to Baron Sumdy, and you literally see and and this is one thing I like about this young guy, right? He makes sure he filmed the gate closed, right?
Yes.
And then
So
he
he's
carried on.
got the gate behind him. Yeah.
Yeah. And he carried on singing. He carried on singing. He was singing and singing and singing. And then the gate swung back open. And he said, oh, thank you. Thank you, Mama Bridget, or whoever he was making the song for. And then when he said that, the gate closed back. Now he showed that
Right.
there was no wire, there was nothing attached
And
to
there's no one there
no
whatsoever.
one there, just him and in a graveyard. Okay. Now there's another
Wow.
one, right, right, right. There's another one, but he plays with. I have to call him back. Right, there's another one, but he plays with Odin and all them people there. Right,
Hmm.
right. Now, now I can see he is a powerful wizard. Okay, very powerful. Right, I would not want to be on the brunt of his whatever he's going to throw at
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Right, being he is a white man. Right, so that's why. So that's why I try not to tip over too much because I know what they're capable of doing and I know what we're
Oh
capable of.
my gosh! Look what they're doing to the world right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all spiritual, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that L.A. Lewis went in and he did this, and I'm not talking against him. I just don't see what was the point of him going to Edward Siaga's graveyard for? It doesn't
It
show
does.
nothing.
It doesn't show nothing, and it shows me that he's got a political bias as well,
Yes,
doesn't
yes,
it? It shows
yes.
the. I've not never been into Jamaican politics. I know there's the JLP party, and I don't know. I think it was JLP.
Mm,
Yeah, it was the Jamaican Labour Party, and then there's the PNP, which was Michael Manley. That's right. Yeah. So,
mm.
so obviously he is political, and he supports that party. He supports the JLP party.
Yeah, it's iffy. It's iffy,
It is.
and the fact that Richard Curry slammed the phone on him as well when he called him because he thought he was in with Richard Curry and the Maroons, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he called him, and Richard Curry goes to him. Right, I think he goes to him. I think he says to him, "Put down the phone" or something, and he goes, what?" Like, and I'm thinking to myself, but you was making out on the Facebook that how right, you have all these people backing you and all this going on with you, right? All right, and even after when the shooting, because because when the Maroons did the festival, there was a shooting that happened that day,
Yes, there was.
right? And Richard Curry, as bad as he is, took himself and he went and visited the woman. I think he visited a few people, right? I did not see L.A. Lewis take himself, film nowhere,
Anywhere
right?
near.
Anywhere near. Even when he
No,
turned up.
because as Richard Curry, yeah, if he has to go public, he does go public, but it's rare. He's not a public man. Where L.A. Lewis is actually a vlogger. That's what he does for his living. He's vlogging for his living.
Mm,
You follow me? That's what
yes.
he's doing for his living.
Mm,
Richard Curry isn't about the show. Richard
no.
Curry is about applying what he needs to apply to Maroon Town.
Yeah.
L.A. Lewis is about actually people seeing him like some celebrity. That's what he's
Yes.
about. That's
I
what
get
he's
that from
definitely
him.
about.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely get that from him because
Yeah.
the main right because because if you're in with the man's them, right? Why would they slam? Why would the phone be put down
That's
on
right.
him when
Hold on, can
when
somebody
he right when he say, okay, all right, let me just talk to this man. He must have looked at his phone and said, oh my god, it's him. Oh my
Wow.
god,
And
like
was this
I'm gonna,
done on a live broadcast?
yes, on the light. Hold on, I'll
Oh
show you it.
no, that's
What's his name
wow.
shows it. Oh, people keep jumping up on the thing. Hold on.
tell me why L.A. Lewis love put himself as some different kind of hot water stuff. And he knows it never record for him. John was star. I was yo, L.A. yo, you're really a Lewis, you know. Me crocodile tail. Watch out yo.
What I like this.
Hello, baby.
Yeah, come here, Richie.
Yeah,
Linda, the shooting incident what going on so now. I feel a call about it because
Who is this? Who is this?
this is Lewis, L.A. Lewis, Emperor, Maroon.
Oh, come on from the phone, sir.
Oh no.
Yo, come on, just
Oh
when L.A.
my
Lewis have a
God.
phone man. Yo, L.A. you is such a Lewis, me don't know what.
Oh, that's very embarrassing.
What I like this.
Mm.
Hello, baby.
Yeah, come here, Richie.
Yeah,
Linda, the shooting incident what going on so now. I feel a call about it because
Who is this? Who is this?
this is Lewis, L.A. Lewis, Emperor, Maroon.
Oh, come on from the phone, sir.
Oh dear, that is very embarrassing, isn't it? Wow.
Yes.
That is so embarrassing. But it was obvious from he made that phone call that he knew that was going to happen. You could tell that he was not close to L.A. Lewis, to Richard Curry. You could see it. He didn't even know how to approach him when he first started speaking. He was in awe of Richard Curry. He was absolutely in awe of Richard Curry. You could see that. You could see there was no confidence in that telephone call at all. Nah, there was no confidence. No, there wasn't. That is a massive embarrassment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's very embarrassing.
And there's a blogger. There's a blogger called Big something. I think he's called, right.
Yeah.
Him and the blogger was up at an event, right? The blogger dressed nice, you know, mind you, right? The blogger ain't no little small man.
Yeah.
L.A. Lewis turned up looking all rough around the edges with this little stupid crown on him head. I'm thinking to myself, but you was dressed in all those regalia and stuff like that. Why didn't you wear that to the event? Right? You wore that same little crown, which is a lady's crown, by the way, and some top looking thing. So I put in. So I said to the blogger, but how comes you look better than him? And he's supposed to be the so-called emperor. So it come like the emperor has no clothes kind of situation, isn't it?
Well,
I'm
did
like,
you hear when he said Emperor of the Maroons? The man
yeah,
said, come out from my phone.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah, because he
Very,
probably
very
have
embarrassing.
no, yeah, because he probably have no weight, no footing, no nothing.
No. And probably Richard Curry doesn't actually even know him personally. Who
No,
knows? He probably does not know this man personally.
no,
Maroon Town is a big place to cover.
yeah,
And it's apparent that L.A. Lewis hasn't got a front seat with Richard Curry.
no,
Definitely not. I've seen him with Budger Banton.
yeah,
Budger Banton has a front seat with Richard Curry,
yeah.
you know, but L.A. Lewis obviously has not.
Hmm.
I don't know why he made that phone call to embarrass himself. I don't know
He
what he was trying.
on a
Yeah,
live he did it.
it was to me. It was obvious, even as he was speaking. He was nervous. He should not have made that telephone call. I don't know why he made that call. Richard Curry made him look absolutely stupid.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Stupid by a lot. And on top of that, because he was against the Al Capone Maroons as well, because he said, "Oh yeah, right." Because at one point he was saying, "Oh yeah, right. What? Either they're better than I can't remember the words exactly. Okay, people, don't come after me." But he was trying to make out like he was like more better than the Al Capone and all this.
no,
So
what they called again? Ajimpong.
yeah, the Ajipong. That's it.
Ajipong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So he was trying to come up and show this card and show this card and look. If you do this with the card, um, right, even the one where like you see him take his friend out of I think he was prison or somewhere, I don't even know, or where or when they got him. But like my friend, I think somebody I know said she said that but like you don't know why they came for him. There's a reason why they came for him and why he got off because he was sitting there all nervous. Now,
yeah.
if that identity card had any weight, he would not be sitting in that office all that time because he was in the office for a long period of time.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Just like, come on, like, we're not blind. You know, I mean, if the card if the card have weight, right, and I can use it in UK as well as Jamaica, right? Like how my mum's there now. I think that will be my link anyways, right? So, right, if I can use that card and use it over here as well, right? Which is similar to the sovereignty. The Moorish people, they use their flag and they use the laws, right?
They
So
do, but now that's another thing because the more those people, Hebrew Israelites that they are,
yeah,
and the same as every other Jamaican, they're no different. They were taken from one place and taken to another. And
mm,
yet they themselves have separated themselves from Jamaica and they govern themselves and whatever. They're no more sovereign than the rest of Jamaica, the rest of the Jamaicans. They're not.
mm,
They're absolutely not any more sovereign than the rest of the Jamaicans. And this is what I say about the tribalism within
mm,
our people, because
mm,
you've got, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Maroon Town. I'm not saying anything wrong with Maroon Town. Is what I'm saying is they separate themselves from the people of Jamaica, and
yeah,
they
which is
are
ridiculous.
Jamaicans. They are Jamaicans the same as the Jamaicans. They were
Yeah,
taken. They were taken from Spain or wherever they were taken from, and taken to Jamaica. They're calling themselves indigenous. They're not. They're not no more indigenous than I am. You
mm,
know, they're not.
mm,
They're really not. They are the same as what the rest of the island of Jamaica is, taken from somewhere else and transported to Jamaica.
mm,
And it's time they drop this. I was listening to somebody speaking about this, and I should have written down what she actually said about it. But the
hi, ghetto child.
the Maroons are no more special than any other Jamaican. They're no more sovereign, and they're only fighting for sovereignty for the Maroons. They're not fighting for the sovereignty of the people of Jamaica,
Mm.
and they're all one people. They are all
Yeah,
one people.
yeah, because apparent is the quote. out of
Oh,
many
no,
people.
sorry. Maroon means some runaway slave, unruly slave. That's what
Yeah,
maroon means.
yeah.
Well, why would you want that unruly slave title? Why
Mm,
were you unruly?
mm,
Because you oppose something that goes against freedom.
yeah,
That's why they called you unruly.
yeah,
Are you really unruly? Or were you just fighting for your freedom?
yeah.
But why would you hold on then to this title, maroon? Where are you marooned at? It
I
means that
true.
you've been marooned. You see, maroon means you've been marooned somewhere, doesn't it? You know, you're
Yeah.
marooned on an island or whatever. They're called maroons for a reason. They were marooned on the island of Jamaica. Then they don't, you know, they're Hebrew Israelite people. They're the same as the rest of Jamaica. They're fighting specifically for self and for
Mm,
for the Maroon Town people. They're not fighting. They've got totally separate laws, haven't they, to the rest of the people of Jamaica?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So I'm just like, wow.
I
I'm
forget, you
like,
know, the more you learn, we need to stop fighting against each other. We need unity. There need to be whatever they're doing. If they are fighting for sovereignty for themselves,
hmm,
then that sovereignty must also apply to the rest of Jamaica. They must
yeah,
fight for the rest of Jamaica, which they didn't do allegedly during slavery, during the times of
yes,
slavery. They ran
yeah,
away and
yeah,
left their fellow people, you
yes.
know. So there's a little bit of distaste where Maroons are concerned, to be honest, with a lot of Jamaican people.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
because they could
mm,
have done more to have helped when they escaped to Maroon Town, which is high up
mm,
um, in Jamaica, where soldiers, police, nobody would go to. They wouldn't go there.
mm.
Um, they had the capability of going down into the plantations and helping to free slaves and stuff. And no, they didn't. They actually worked in opposition to the fellow Jamaicans,
Mm.
you know. So I think we so need to fix up as a people. We do. We
Well,
so need to fix up as
we
a
had
people.
yeah, we had centuries to do that. Even over here is a good
Yeah,
example.
absolutely.
The amount of times, right, they got given stuff, money, funding, whatever, and they
Mm.
will pick up themselves and run off with the money
Yes. Yeah.
and not help nobody.
Nope. Nope.
And
And this is precisely what these people have used against us as a people, is that they know that we're tribal.
mm,
They do know that we're tribal. And so what they've done is got into the mix and made us fight even more in fighting against one another, thinking this we're more superior than those people. Those people. It's like the relationship between uh, uh, Americans, Black Americans,
mm,
and Jamaicans or Caribbeans and Africans, you
mm,
know.
mm,
But then likewise, the same thing is happening in Africa, where they're being told, "Oh, the Jamaicans are no good, the African Americans are no good. You must mix with those people." You know,
mm,
we've got to come together as a people and realize that, you know what, we are all on the same page. We need to fight as one accord. We are one people and we need to unite as one people. That is the only way to defeat. Where you've got so many people, so many scattered people, you know,
mm,
willing to do Master's bidding, there's too many of them that are still house slaves. You know, they're still living
yes,
in Master's house. We need to
yeah,
stop living in Master's house and live in the field. Cause you know what? It's nicer in the field. You can grow crops and stuff in the fields.
yes,
You
yes,
can build a house in the fields.
yes,
You can build
and
your
stop
own house in the
and,
fields.
and stop having a crab in a barrel syndrome. That's so
In
annoying. We have too
fairness,
much of
yeah,
that.
the way they do it, though, you know, yo, like seriously.
Hmm,
Last time I went to Jamaica, I went into a pub. They
hmm,
call them bars, don't they? And
mm-hmm,
the lady looked at my dress and she said, the way that she did it was so cute.
hmm.
Do they sell them in my size?
Mm.
So,
Wow.
I'm going to tell the truth. I just goes, they do actually, yeah. She said, all right, when you come back, bring me one in a size, like, say, 28.
Mm.
Yeah. Or they'll say, can you bring me some perfume? We'll give you the money when you come. You have to chase them around the island of Jamaica to get that money.
Mm.
They've really got crab in a barrel mentality. They feel that, you over here or in America or Canada or wherever we are, we're loaded, we're rich, we've got it made, we're treading on gold every single day. They've got a right to, you know, to receive from us.
Mm.
And as you know, there's a lot of Jamaicans being deported to Jamaica.
Yes.
If when they're deported, if they haven't done for people in Jamaica, well, they're going to have a very hard time because everybody will reject them.
Yeah.
No one will help them, you know? And
Mm.
that mentality has to stop because we don't carry that mentality in the UK.
Mm.
We know that we have to go out there and make it for ourselves. Ain't
Mm.
nobody going to give you nothing. You have to go out there and do it for yourself. So in a sense, though England wasn't the best place for us to come, it's also we should have learned lessons from the UK
Mm.
because we
Mm.
don't carry the symptoms, because I'm going to call it a bloody symptom, that
Yeah.
Jamaicans carry.
Yeah.
And other Caribbeans, it's not just Jamaicans, it's other Caribbeans too. It's also Africans,
Mm.
And also, the other thing about them is the foreign mind.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, this foreign mind
Twisted
thing,
mind. The carnal mind, isn't it?
oh, it's awful. I was speaking to a young man on WhatsApp, African guy,
Mm.
and as soon as I've finished my studies, I can't wait to come to the UK, get my visa, and come to the UK. I begged him, I said, please stay where you
Mm-mm.
are. Stay where
Wow.
you are and build up your country. I said, the problem is we're draining our countries, our islands, our continents, the brain, and taking it to the Western world.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we doing to build our own country? Nothing. Nothing. We're not doing anything to build up our own country. But then again, there's the other thing. Many of us are even too scared to go to our own countries.
Yeah.
We are. We're scared to go to our own country
Mm.
because they know who we are as soon as we step off the plane.
Yeah, they do. But we walk
Um,
differently.
we walk differently. We walk totally, well, we're swifter, aren't we? We're much swifter. Jamaicans walk at
Sorry.
and Caribbeans walk at a much slower pace, much more
Mm.
relaxed pace
Yeah,
than we
very.
do.
Yeah.
And they know by our skin tone, they know by so many things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
They've spent so many years perfecting, knowing who the foreigners are, I suppose, for begging
Yeah, they
purposes.
do. They do.
You come out of the airport, and it's so sad because you have all these arbor sharks
Mm.
crawling all over your bags, and you don't want nobody to carry your bag because you
Mm-hmm.
know they only want money.
Hmm.
And you'll give them a couple of English pounds, and they look at it as if to say, "I wear
What?
this,
Yeah.
this, me not like no English people, on the told me. You see, when the American come in,
Hmm.
a $10 bill them a give away.
Hmm.
Sound lucky.
Hmm.
That's how they are.
Hmm.
And they're so ungrateful. They'll phone you, you'll help them, and you never hear back from them till they're ready. They want something else.
Mm.
They don't even phone and say thank you
Hmm.
because they think that is their right, their self-privilege, and they must be given. That's our duty over here to give to them.
Hmm.
And a lot of us, especially out like my parents, for example, my mum, she supported
Hmm.
all her family back in Jamaica. So then there's an expectation.
Yeah, that you carry it
Why
on.
do I? That's right. Why do I need to go to work when I've got my family in the UK who can support me? Me can sit down all day, lie down on my bed or whatever, and I know that something will come through the post for me.
Hmm.
My
No, they
mother
just, I
actually
don't
begged me before she asked us all before she died to continue to look after them, and I said no, because my cousins are the same age as me, and they're fitting off to work.
Mm.
I could understand when you were helping your sister; she had several children, but your nieces, no, they're young, they're fit, go and look some work.
Mm.
Because what happens is that the children then live off their mother, who's getting whatever from the UK.
Yeah, it's
And, that,
true.
and the cycle continues. Even little Jamaican children, then, when you go to Jamaica, beggy, beggy, they hold out their hands to you. There's an
Mm.
expectation that you, as a foreigner, you should give.
Yes, yeah,
You don't
yeah. There
carry
is.
that mentality.
Yeah, there is, because my grand. Hold on, sorry, I'm moving things around. My grand used to go there, and they would expect her like they'd be baking from the time she reached the place, and
Mm-hmm.
and and we was living in residential and country. So as soon as she stepped off or wherever she came from or whatever, right? They would ask, Mom, can we have something? Can we have this? Can we that? So what my gran used to do, she used to make a whole case specifically for people, and like, but like she would try, to have money to give people because they were building stuff for her out there, looking after her houses, what she had and stuff like that. But but sometimes I think they really took advantage of her to certain her
Yeah,
good nature. They took
yeah.
so when I look back on it now, and I remember all the neighbors' children turning up to the house wherever we stayed, they would all turn up, and because she's a Baptist lady as well, because she will do Thanksgiving, so she will have loads of sweets and this and that. So they knew that. So so they will just come and they will ask, or they send their children or somebody, and it was really crazy. So
Yeah.
I think she ended up going to the Hilton Hotel to get away from it
To get
after.
away from it. Yeah, to get away from it. The other thing is, this is a funny story. My sister went with my mom many years ago,
Mm,
and country. My mother comes from country,
mm,
so there's a lot of poverty in country.
mm,
And my sister warned them, "Do not touch my suitcase," because that's how you have to warn them. Do
mm,
not touch my suitcase.
mm,
I will give you what I have to give you when I come back.
mm,
You kind of drop your suitcases and off you go. She said, I
mm,
will give you what I'm going to give you when I come back.
mm.
Anyway, off she went, her and her husband. And as they were walking down the hill, they saw two of my cousins,
Mm,
well dressed in my sister's clothes,
mm,
well dressed in her clothes and her shoes coming on the hill.
mm,
Yeah. Another time, my mum sat talking to her sister on a bed,
mm,
and her nieces are playing with her ears, playing with her ears.
mm.
And later on, my mum realised they'd taken out the silver earrings out of her ears.
Oh wow!
And listen, listen to this. When my mum asked them for the silver earrings, them sell them already.
Oh wow! That's
They were
bold and
very,
tasty.
I know it's bad, and this is how they are. That's how they are. It's
Mm.
really, really, really sad. But
Mm.
that's poverty, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, because to be honest, when I see some of them doing good stuff on YouTube, especially the guy who's doing the movies, well, there's quite a few of them doing movies from the Caribbean on here, really, from the
Yes.
Jamaica and Trinidad. There's a lot of them. Um, there's one guy, like I said, Richard Brown, right? He's got two productions going on the YouTube. So that's what I'm saying. When you see them doing good things,
Yeah.
right? You talk about them because people, right? Because like um like because like they always seem like as though like they're hustling a penny or something. But I'll say one good thing about Caribbean, right? They will make anything into money. They know
Oh,
how to
they're
do it.
resourceful. They're a resourceful people.
Very, very
They are
resourceful,
they're very clever.
very
They are
clever.
very, very, very clever. Very,
Very,
very clever. My
can
mum
make.
used to have a saying, what? They can
Mm,
take shift and make
yeah,
shot. Them take
yeah,
shift, make shot. Yeah,
yes,
we used to always say that. Them take
yeah.
shift and make shot. I tell you what cracked me up. My husband told me that when he, when he was growing up,
Mm,
he was naughty. So his
mm,
mother took all his clothes away from him
mm,
and off she went to work.
mm,
And he went to his cousin and took his took his cousin's shirt.
mm,
Listen to this. Take his cousin's shirt, push him foot in at the two sleeve and tie up round the middle and go on the road.
mm.
Listen, Jamaicans are ingenious people.
Very, very make
Very, very
tired
ingenious.
shoes. Yes,
Yeah.
and African countries are very resourceful too. That's what
Yes,
I
they
come to
are.
say
Yes, they are.
because
They
because
really, really are.
yeah, because one time I saw an art, right? Right. Dynasty Mayor goes everywhere, right? Literally, he goes every part, most part, well, not every part of Africa, but he Nigeria, and I think he went Sierra Leone. Now he went
Hmm.
into a particular place. There was an art piece there. I can't remember whether they made it out of pipes or something. I think it was either a lion made out of pipes or something. And
Hmm.
there's another place, this girl called Jasmine Amma. She's in Ghana. So what they did, right? They made a space for ancestors, supposedly, like in the water, like you see the heads and the heads
Yes.
like
Oh,
in water,
yes. Yes, yes, yes.
right? Right. To me, that is so resourceful
I have
because
seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Very,
yeah,
very clever.
very
Very,
clever.
very
The
clever.
clay heads
Yeah.
coming out, right? Now, now rainy season. Now, like you'll think that that clay will fall apart, wouldn't you? No, that clay stays there for how long? Then on the front of the, I can't remember where. There's another thing where there's either it's got an iron or it's got something there. I can't remember exactly, but all through this little space, what they turned into a memorial space, it's just made from iron and clay and different
Scraps.
things.
Basically
Scrap,
scraps. Yeah.
scraps, right? They
Yeah,
are
they're
so
very clever.
good. Very,
When
very.
nobody wanted larder cars in this country, the Jamaicans said, send them come. And
Yes,
the Jamaican fixed them up. And when you go to Jamaica and see larder, don't even know say larder. Can't look like
yes,
Prada. Because them can
yes,
turn larder into Prada.
yes,
They're
yes,
so clever.
yes.
They are. They're
They
very,
are
very clever people.
very
They
resourceful
are.
people.
Yeah.
And they are the ones which is why well another good thing about West Indies, right? Right? The houses are not as whatever big or whatever. They can put a tin roof, couple pieces of wood, and I make one bed, and that's how and they will live like that. They will live like that, right?
Well, I
And they
met.
will,
Go on.
huh?
Go on.
And 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 the market is miles away, miles, like literally
And they're
miles.
walking.
They would walk it. They'll go from early in the morning, and they will leave, and they'll take their time, and they'll walk to wherever they got to go, a job,
Right.
whatever they're doing, right?
My grandmother was an Igla woman.
Mm,
Iglas sell
yeah,
produce that they tend to do themselves, like my grandma fried fish.
yes,
Can you imagine this? She would walk from where she came from in the country
mm,
all the way to Kingston to
mm-hmm,
go to Carnation Market to go and sell
mm-hmm,
her produce, and then she would walk it all the way back home again.
mm,
That's got to be, well, it's got to be 7, 8 miles more.
mm,
Got to be more than that, even 7 miles plus.
mm.
And they'd get up so early in the morning.
Early crack of dawn,
Yeah. Leave
make
Linstead.
breakfast.
I don't
Mm.
know. Have you ever been to Linstead?
No,
No. Linstead is St. Catherine.
Oh,
What part is your mum?
she's in Christiana.
That's Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that far from St. Catherine.
Mm,
I mean, obviously, it's a small island, it's not massive. So it's not
yeah.
that far. It's not that far
Yeah.
from St. Catherine, but it'd still be a good walk to go to St.
Hmm.
Catherine, you know?
Hmm.
It rains a lot there, Manchester.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
That weather's very similar to the weather in England, Manchester.
Yeah, but there's a lot of deportees there. For what I was told, there's a lot of deportees in Manchester, and I think Ocherias. I think it is. Is it
Oh,
Ocherias? Might be Ocherias.
Portuguese, did you say?
Nah. There's a lot of deportees
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
in
There's a lot.
Manchester.
I think there's a lot of deportees around the island now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of deportees. I've known so many people that have been deported
Mm.
back to Jamaica.
Mm.
Yeah. It's so sad when, of
Mm.
course, I couldn't imagine leaving the UK and
Mm.
just going in somewhere and just saying, well, I'm staying here indefinitely. I'm just going to live here. That's it.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know, without papers. Can you imagine that? That
Mm.
to me smacks of somebody who is desperate to get away from their life of poverty. You know, nobody would just get up and go so many thousand miles across the world to another place that's totally alien to them. The weather's alien. I mean, it is alien weather if you're coming from the Caribbean to come here and stay here. You know, tough, tough. I often think about my mum and dad making that journey from the Caribbean, from what they knew to come here to the UK, especially when they came in the 50s, which was a harsh time, very, very harsh time, very racist time. It was also not that long after the First World War. So there would have been a lot of dereliction here.
Yes. Yes.
It would have been a dark, dingy,
Yes.
very
Yes.
cold, mustn't it
Yes.
have been? And I do think of that. I do. And I just think, how brave were you to absolutely do this? This is not
Yeah.
to give up
Yes.
everything that you've known,
Everything.
to give up that
All
security.
your life, and then you come
uh,
over here to get treated like rubbish.
to
And
get treated like a dog. No,
yes,
sorry, worse than a dog.
yes, yes,
It was
yes,
wasn't it? No blacks, no Irish, and no dogs. So dogs
yeah,
were more, dogs more would have been more wanted than we were.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do. And a lot of our people say they haven't done very well. Well, I think they have. I think they've
They
done
done a
bloody
lot.
remark.
Be-
They have.
Yes, they did. They have because because even when the BBC used to do reconstructions, there's a thing called the Time House on BBC where they
Yes.
go into the
Yes.
house and they will take it through. One black family did it, a lovely black family, right? The first place they took him to was Clapham Junction. I was like,
Right.
wow, Clapham Junction.
Now,
Oh, you're busy.
sorry, someone is trying to call me. Go on.
Yeah, in Clapham
Can you
Junction.
hear me?
Yeah, I heard
You know
you.
what happens every time someone calls?
Mm.
The volume goes down.
Yeah,
So now my volume goes. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I can
Well,
hear
why
you.
don't I hear you very well then? Every
Yeah.
time someone makes a call on this phone,
Mm.
it takes down the volume. The volume was perfect. I don't know what to
Mm.
do.
Yeah, I heard you. I
It
heard you
does.
though.
I cannot hear you properly.
Oh,
I'm
you
going to
can't
come
hear
out and
me?
come back again.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
because I can't hear you.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there was this thing, I think it's called the Time House. I don't know. Time House BBC program, I think it is. BBC Two, actually, it's BBC House of Time. That's it, House of Time. Or is it BBC Two? Hold on, let me see. Don't want to get it wrong now. Yeah, House.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, what was we talking about?
Oh, that BBC program where the families live go
Oh yes,
through
yes.
time, all right? And the black family, they went through all of the stuff. Well, 'cause I can't even find it now. I keep coming across the other guy, the guy who does the talk on the what you call it now. I come across the other guy. I didn't come across the one I was looking for, but but um the family goes through the time spans and all that stuff. They show them going through different different things, like when they first came, where they first took them. They took them to straight to Clapham Junction. Um, they also they also they had to share a house with many people.
Oh yes, yes. Was that the one where
Yeah.
the girl that got married was pregnant, and her and her husband lived in this one room? I don't
Yeah,
know if it's that one. And she was so bossy and particular, really did look after this little room.
mm,
And I mean, this room was moldy. It was awful. It was
yeah,
awful. The conditions that they had to endure. They got the worst places, didn't they? Places
yes.
that no civilized person would really want to live in, but that was all that was being offered to them.
Hmm.
Listen, our people are amazingly strong people.
Mm.
Yeah,
They are.
they are amazingly strong people. Yeah, they are.
Trying to find it while we're talking. I'm
And I
trying to
mean,
find.
most of them, that came over actually left children back home.
Yes, they did.
My mother left children. My mother left 4 children back home
Yeah.
when she came here. So not only were they having to provide and fund for their life in England, they had no choice but to fund
Yes.
the life of their children and whoever was looking after their children.
Yes. Yes.
No, I think they were amazing.
They are
They were
amazing.
really amazing. Yeah, very amazing people.
Yeah, I think
To
it's
leave
good to
where
go back.
you were born, to leave all your family behind, your friends behind, everything that you've ever known.
Mm.
Wow,
Yes. And live a
amazing.
certain way
Yeah,
and try and work with whatever's going on with the with
they got the.
oh
If you remember, they got the worst jobs. If they came
yeah, they
here as a
did.
teacher, they were not allowed to practice that. If they came as a
No.
doctor, and these people had to humble themselves and take a job sweeping the street, cleaning
Yes.
lavatories, and yet
Yes.
they'd studied in Jamaica, had careers in Jamaica, left those
Mhm.
careers, and came here and was never able to practice what they practiced
Yeah.
back home. They all took
Yeah.
lower jobs. My dad
Yes.
was a skilled man. My dad was a blacksmith.
Mm.
Now, there are not many blacksmiths around anymore, but my dad was
No.
skilled.
Yes.
But did he
Yeah.
ever get that kind of work? No. He would have got one
Mm.
working in a dirty, smelly, hot foundry.
Mm.
And imagine the health and safety conditions in those times. They weren't like they are today.
No. No.
So different. Earning, I think my mum, they said they were earning about £3 or £4 a week,
Mm-mm.
out of which you have to pay rent, you have to buy food, clothes, pay bills, send money back home, and save. And
Yeah.
save.
Yes.
And save. Because it was always you're going to fetch your children back from Jamaica.
Yes.
So you'd also have to save. Wow, out of little and nothing. Poked up in a little 1-bedroom place.
Yeah. Small house, small place,
Yeah.
sharing a bathroom.
Sharing bathrooms, sharing kitchens with dirty people.
Yeah.
And you know, but as things be, our people are very, very fussy. They're very
Yes.
fussy people. You know?
Yes.
Is that the Windrush?
Yeah, this Windrush. I can't find that one. I know I did see it on here before, but I can't remember the show.
I don't remember it. It was on. Oh, was it about 2 years ago? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on during lockdown, wasn't it? They've made sure
Yeah.
they put it on during lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep us down in servitude.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, it's not coincidental that they show all this kind of stuff.
Yes. Yes.
No,
It
it's
just-
not coincidental at all. It's to
just
keep
show-
you trapped in your situation, in your circumstances. Remember who you are. You're our footstools. Stay being our footstools.
Mm.
One or two of us may get through, but you know, what do you have to do when you do get through?
Mm. Yeah. 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 They went through some mad living. I mean,
They
these
did.
pictures don't show much as what I was looking for because I can't seem to find that show, which is strange. Because I used to find it before.
And it's now gone.
Yeah,
When
I
it's
can't
not
find
there. And then we have the big incident with the Windrush generation, and even now, people have not been. Even now, people have not been compensated because
Yeah.
what you have to go through to claim this compensation, for most people, they can't take any more because they had such a hard time getting all the necessary documents that they got in the first place. I have a friend who went through. She came to England at the age of 3. No passport, nothing. And then, you know, you've got to get your passport and blah, blah, blah. And this girl went through years, many years, trying to get this passport. And the stress that she went through trying to do this, being told that potentially you could be deported to a country, to an island that you don't know, to an island you don't know, you could be deported. Can you imagine what that does to you? What impact that has on your body? And we wonder why we're dropping.
Yeah. Stress and all that.
Yes. And then they tell you that stress is the what is it, the 4th biggest killer.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not sure it's not the 1st biggest killer. You know, so all the stress, and then they're not being compensated. And these people also have the nerve to use the money for other foreigners, like Romanians, when it's for the Windrush people. But you're taking that money and using it for Romanians and anybody else that you want to use it for. No. You've never given our people anything. You've taken from my people, but never given my people anything.
They took the strength. It's the strength they're taking away.
Yeah,
The strength.
yeah. Well, and you know, oh God.
Yeah, don't get me into trouble.
They're definitely taking out the Warriors. They're taking the Warriors. They're taking the Warriors. That's what they're doing. If they can't find one way to take the Warriors, they'll find another way to take the Warriors.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they know who we are. We don't, you know.
Yeah, but this is the scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the scandal broke in 2018. They saw the UK government apologise for deportation threats made from the Commonwealth citizens' children. Despite living and working in the UK for decades, many were told they were illegally because of lack of official paperwork.
Oh dear.
So they
Many
arrived in 19.
Many died going through this. Yeah, many of them died from the stress of going through this.
They did. They don't even. I think even. Oh, I think that lady, the one with the locks,
She
who
died.
died.
Yes,
I
she
forgot.
died.
Jude. Was it
Because she
Jude?
fought
I
for a
can't
lot of
remember her
other
name.
people, didn't she? She
Yeah,
fought for a
Pauline
lot
or
of
something.
people. Yeah, she died,
Yeah,
and she died at a very young age too.
yeah,
That was stress.
yeah.
Yeah, that was stress. She went through so much, that girl. When she told
Mm,
her story, oh my gosh, it touched me. It touched my heart, that did. Yeah,
mm.
very, very, very sad story. She just had one daughter, didn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
She
One
had one
daughter.
child. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even David Lammy was talking about it a little bit, but David Lammy's not for the people anyway. So, but there
No,
was the
none of
the
none of them
yeah
are.
yeah due to
When
lack of
we
pairs and stuff.
when we see these people in Parliament that look like us, they are not our people. They're only our skin folk. They're not our kinfolk.
Mm. See, they said that how they even recreated the Windrush was recreated during the opening ceremony of London 2012 Olympic Games.
Yeah, to insult us even more.
I don't even remember that.
Neither do I. But if they did that, it was just to insult us even more. Looks like we're in a slave ship there anyway.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. It looks like
It looks like, yeah, but it looks like designed like a ship. That's the slave ship. Yeah. Say this is how you were transported in these ships, in this ship. Yeah. Everything they do,
can't even pay.
calculated.
Yeah,
Nothing is accidental. It is all calculated.
yeah,
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 it's all calculated. But you know
yeah.
what?
So they had people sitting in limbo,
Yes.
right? That's what one person said. There are people sit. Oh yeah, this TV program did highlight that where he went to at the where they put him in. Oh, it's going funny, man. The link. Hold on. Right, where they put him in a the port thingy center.
Deportation. Yeah.
Deportation
Oh,
center. This TV show was really good. I remember watching this. Sitting in limbo. Yeah, I remember
so
watching.
sad.
I felt for the
So
guy.
sad. So sad.
It was sad.
Yeah.
It was sad. And apparently, I
Very
was,
sad. I
oh
know
yeah,
that
and
when I watched that. Go on.
yeah, and it was to do with a real life man too. I think this is the
Yes.
man that it was based on.
Yeah. And the amount of them that were deported back to Jamaica and have since died. They,
Yeah,
you come here at 10 and you're deported when you're 50 odd. You probably never
yeah.
returned to Jamaica. You probably never even been for an holiday.
Mm,
You're married and you've got your children here, and they still deport you.
mm.
If your wife wants
Yeah,
you enough, or if your husband wants you enough, they can go with you. That I've been
yeah,
told by people. If your wife loves you enough, if your husband cares enough about you, well, they can go with you and you can take your kids as well. But if you want to leave the kids, you can because they were born here.
raw.
You know? So the amount of families that have been split up by this is wickedness. Yeah, this is crimes against humanity.
Yeah,
Total
yeah,
crime against humanity.
yeah,
But remember,
yeah. I'm
what
gonna
goes
play.
around must come
Comes
around.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
who
gonna,
is
I'm,
first? And they said, those last, the first shall be last, and the last
yes,
shall be first. Because that is
yes,
how it
yes,
was. That was how it was preordained.
yes.
Can't change that. Can't change
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you can never take us all out either. Ever. It can't happen.
Yes,
Can't happen.
yes,
It
yes,
just cannot happen. So,
yes, yes. Well, I'm gonna play a little bit of him from the Twitter
yeah, go
for
on.
the sample. Hold on. Let me mute the mic so it don't echo.
No probs.
It's stressful, very stressful. You know. And then when they brought me and locked me up in the Vern, and I know I didn't do nothing, it's hard to keep your mind. It'd have been easier if I'd done something.
And you didn't keep your job, did you?
No, I had to give up my job because they told me that I can't work without that status.
So does this public apology that you've heard from the Home Secretary and the Minister, the Immigration Minister today, does that help in any way?
Well, it helps in a sense to know that they knew that they'd done wrong and they acknowledge that they've done wrong and trying to make amends of it. For that reason, yeah. But for me personally, it's going to take a good long while for me to get over what I'm going through at the moment.
Are you looking for compensation, given that you've had to spend, I think, several thousands on legal fees?
Well, to be honest, I'm only looking for why I'm in debt. So if they can clear my debt and put me back where I was, that'd be fine with me. I'm not looking for nothing, no special treatment.
And I mean, people are saying that the Home Secretary should resign because this has been such a screw-up. How do you view that?
On she resigning, I wouldn't like to be the one to say she must resign, because I'm not feeling that way at the moment.
And still, the heart is beautiful.
Yes, still.
His art is still beautiful.
Oh,
Lord. Oh, dear.
Merciful he is. Because I remember watching this program.
Touches my heart, it really does.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember watching. I remember watching, sitting in limbo, because I think on Facebook they was telling people watch it. When I watched it now and I saw what this man went through, he went through the most. I'm like, wow.
He went through so much. So much, and you can actually see it, can't you? You can actually see what that stress has done to him.
Yeah.
You know how old he was? Or is, should I say?
No.
No.
No, I don't know. No. I don't know how old. I say his age. Let me see if it says his age. Probably not. They don't say his age. Hold on, let me get who how old he is. Hold on, let me look it up.
Yeah. I mean, he speaks very, very good English.
Oh yeah, that's the actor.
The best that he has some kind of
person.
school here.
Yeah, I took up the wrong name. Hold on, Anthony. What's his name? Anthony what? Oh, Anthony. No, I got it. Hold on. Let me get it.
I'm multitasking as we speak.
That's okay. I'm trying. I'm gonna look up, see if I can find how old he is.
No, it's okay. I've got the phone right next to me, so it's not a problem.
Oh, he's 62. Is that him? Hold on.
Well,
that's 62. 52.
I knew that he wasn't an old man because his English was too good. He's obviously been to school in this country. There's no doubt about that. He looks older than 62.
Yeah.
He does. He looks older than 62. He looks like a man that could be in his 70s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he does. He looks like a man that could be in his 70s. So it's obvious that it is really impacted. And if it's impacted on him like that, how was it impacted on his health?
Yeah.
Because you could definitely see that he does look older than his age.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Judith. Not Judith. What's her name? Have we even got her? Oh, these adverts in front of me.
Oh, these things don't allow you to show them sometimes.
Yeah, it's flashing in front of me. I forgot her name. I see her
No, I don't
standing
remember. I
alongside.
don't remember her name. I don't remember her name either. But I remember her story very well because I did actually watch her story. I don't know if it was if it was on WhatsApp or if it was on Facebook that I watched it. I don't think it was the TV.
Pauline Wilson. Her name's Pauline Wilson, I think is her.
She came from up north, didn't she?
Yeah, Pauline Wilson.
Yeah.
Paulette Wilson.
Very, very sad. Yeah, very sad. I'd say that was stress. That stress did that to her.
Yeah, that definitely got to her.
Of course.
That got a lot.
How do you compensate her daughter? How do you compensate her family? You can't. There is no amount of compensation. There is no compensation.
Yeah.
You know, you can give people money. What does money do? All money does is make you can go and spend it. That's it. But you're still left with that vacant blank inside of your soul from your loved one who's died. Really murdered in a sense. Yeah.
And I don't even think
sad. Such a sad story.
Yeah, I don't even think because she died at 64.
She wasn't old. No, she wasn't old.
No,
she wasn't old.
I don't even got the money or the compensation from them. I don't know whether they got it or not.
Oh, it's cruel, it's wicked, and it's evil. That shows me who the real animals are, where you have no compassion for another human being.
Yeah.
No, I don't care what colour a person is. I don't care what their race is. We must have compassion towards one another. Wicked.
Yes, wicked.
Yes, very, very wicked.
She was campaigning so hard and making and sounding her voice for all the ones who couldn't sound their voices. She was on the front line.
That she was, and though she was fighting for herself, she was fighting for so many other people.
Yeah.
You can actually see the stress when you look at her. You can look across her brows there, and you can actually see that stress etched in her face. No. Boy, I don't know.
Sadness, man. Sad.
It is. Sad. It's really sad. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad indeed. That our people are still suffering. How many more times?
Yes, but
how many?
How many? When they used to bathe once a month over here, right? My grand said, if we come and we show them to bathe,
it's the absolute truth.
Nasty. She said they were nasty. They were dirty. They were nasty.
Yep. My mum said when she came, you know, Jamaicans, well, Caribbean on the whole, black people, even because Americans ain't no different. They used to have their pretty knickers, you know, them pretty nylon panty, all different colours. They used to wear drawers over here, some big white drawers. So when the Jamaican ladies or Caribbean ladies used to put their panties on the line, these people would come out and look at the panty, you know, because they've never seen panties so pretty. You know, we've taught these people so much. We've taught them hygiene. When we came here, you couldn't get hospital workers. They thought they were above working in hospitals.
Yes.
But when we came and took all those jobs, all those blacks, those foreigners, those wogs have taken everything. They're taking all our jobs. Darling, you didn't want them.
Yeah.
You said it was below you. You wouldn't clean the streets. We did. You wouldn't clean the lav. We're the greatest lav cleaners. We're great at it. Why? Because
Yeah.
we like to live good. We like to live clean. Despite our poverty, when you see our children going to school and see them shine foot and them shine face and we're pretty, as poor as they are in Jamaica, you know, when you see the kids going to school,
Yes, they
you
look
have to
good.
look, and it's Monday to Friday. It's not just Monday morning that they come out looking good, and it's not just after the school, because you know over here you see the parents them all send their children to school looking good on the first day back after every holiday,
Mm.
and then on the second day them look like trugs.
Mm.
In Jamaica, the children have to go to school presentable every single day. 'Cause why? The teacher checks all those things.
Mm.
The teachers check all those things. But Jamaican people are a proud nation of people.
Yeah.
And all them don't have. Listen, you know they buy material to go and sew the school uniforms and stuff.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do. Well, that's similar to the dance hall as well. If you look at the dance hall in Jamaica, all them costumes what they used to wear and stuff like that, they used to go and sew it. They used to go, or
Yes, they
they would
make
make
them.
themselves. They would
Yes.
make the hair themselves, and they will go to the dance hall looking clean and bash.
Listen, when I was over there and you see the women, because they don't care in the daytime, they'll have on those sliders,
Yeah,
you know, which are like slippers really.
yeah,
They'll have on sliders and then they'll have hair rollers in the hair.
yes,
They're clean, but in just a little jeans and a t-shirt.
yeah.
When you see that same person on a night out, you don't recognize them because you can't even dress like them.
No.
And then you think to yourself, think so, never have no money. Think so, no broke. Well, I'm not so broke. I want to look so good. But like you said, they do it themselves.
Well, a good example over here is the funerals. When you go to, I mean, I've been to a few West Indian funerals over here. The men look like them dapper one from Congo. The way they are fixed up them suit, them
God.
pencil suits and hats and chain coming out of the lapels and all that. The women put on the pretty dress, put pretty hair down. Even Rasta woman dressed
I'm
nice, head
telling
scarf.
you,
They don't.
that's
They don't
true.
play. They don't play.
I used to I lived in Derby for many, many years.
Mm.
And the people there, most of them come from St. Catherine.
Mm.
Yo, those people can dress, you know.
Mm.
And I'm not talking young people, I'm talking the older people.
Older people, they put you to
When
shame.
you see, you know, when you go to a wedding or a funeral in Derby, your head's just on an axle because you think, well, where do you get this style from? Where you get these clothes from? Where you get that material from? Look,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
I saw a guy one day at going to a funeral, and he had on a black and white suit with a white scarf down his, you know, either side.
Mm.
And his shoes, the black and white pointed toe shoes, and his black overcoat,
Yeah.
and his black hat on his head, and a cane in his hand.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody have to turn and look on that. Everybody's got to turn and look on that
Yes.
because then again, isn't our style copied worldwide?
Yes,
It
it
is.
is. It is.
It
It is. Down to the looks. Down to the
I mean,
looks.
Jamaica is an amazing little, for saying it's such a tiny little island.
That
People-
has so much influence.
My God, it's got a massive influence on the way people dress.
A lot. Even down to the looks. The sound. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I went to Fox and the Firkin down Lewisham Way.
Yeah.
Lewisham, right? And I thought it was run by a black man. No.
Yeah.
You see this mixed boy with tick clocks. Like, yeah, proper tick clocks, I'm telling you. Right? He was running the sound right there. Right? So he asked Shaka's son to come play there. So Shaka's son was playing there and everything. And it's so strange because there's a couple of examples I can give you even. I start to see white Rasta women later on. I think at first I didn't notice them. To be honest, I just didn't notice them. When I start to see them, some of them have no eyebrow. they wrap up their hair and they're walking with the king in it. They're kings, isn't
Yeah.
it? The last time I went Brixton Sunsplash, I saw Levi Roots step in with this white lady, blondest of hair, the locks, because that they do stuff is because they rebel against their family and ideals, so they would lock
Yes, they
up
do.
certain stuff. She was walking with Levi Roots, but every time I saw Levi Roots on TV, I thought the woman that he was on with the television with, I thought that was his woman. But no, when I saw her, I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked. I stood across the road. I was shocked. Right now, normally now, right, I would have run up to him and had a groupie moment. No, when I ran up to him, I just watched him walk off with this lady. I was like, wow. I thought to myself,
So
wow.
he's married to the Gring.
Yes, because
All right.
I think in Jamaica I think he's a proper Rasta man. But I think over here, because they got the 12 tribes and they
Yes.
got the other ones who accepts everybody. The Nyabingis does not as accept him, but they will marry outside, but the women can't come to the temple.
Right.
Right? So with the 12 tribes, they're more flexible. They're more welcoming, I will more say, right, in certain ways. Because
12 tribes isn't even that popular anymore. It seems like 12 tribes seems to have died off. Back in the day, 12, it's died, hasn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, 12 tribes is virtually dead. You don't hear, it's mostly Bobo, the Bobo Shanties, yes, and the Nyabingis.
Mm.
But 12 tribes seems to have died a death. But my guess is then that 12 tribes probably came after Bobo and the other one.
Yes.
And tried to set up their own thing.
Yes.
And it's failed, I guess.
Yes.
I don't even know if 12 tribes came from Jamaica or if it didn't come from the UK.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it didn't.
I don't know where it come out from. I don't know where it come out from because Jar Blue, in Jar Blue's book, he talks about the EWF. He doesn't talk about. He doesn't talk about the 12 tribes. He talks about them, and he talks about the Nyabingi house, the Nyabingi.
That's right. So 12 tribes. I think 12 tribes is dead. I don't think it's around anymore like back in the days. I think it's gone. I think that, because if you remember, back in London, back in the 90s, it was pure 12 tribes dances.
Yes, there was a lot.
There was loads of them. They used to be here too, but they seem to have gone. They've died.
Yes.
They've died.
Yes.
But then, because I think it started in England for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it started in England because I can't see it in none of the books. I can't see it in none of the books. No, right? Because I used to have a book called A Rasta Way of Life, Jar Blue, and the other one. There's Kawimbi. I can't remember. There's a few of them I had. I had a few books from Rasta. So and I don't see them mentioning them. The only time I will see them mention them is probably in the Jahig?
Yeah. You don't know. You don't hear about them anymore at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened to them. But I do feel that they're from the UK. They set up in the UK. And we know that a lot of the guys who were dreads, certainly over here, Birmingham was probably even more so than London. Very conscious, lots of Rastas over here. But what's happened is that once they reach a certain age, I notice a lot of them cut the locks off, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do.
That's what I've noticed. A lot of them, when they get into the 50s, or late 40s, they tend to cut their locks off. Yeah,
and their children. Sometimes their children will move away from Rasta. Some of them.
Yes, they will. and the other thing, I mean, like Bobo Shanti and Nyabingi, they raise their children Rastas. So from the day the children are born, they're Rastas.
Yeah, they are.
Whereas I don't think 12 tribes was like that.
No.
A lot of the 12 over here, a lot of the 12 tribers would have been marrying ordinary women or going out with ordinary women. They wouldn't have been going out with
Like
dread
Sizzler.
women.
Yes. Because Sizzler did that as well. Because where how Sizzler used to sing, I thought he was married to a Rasta woman. I really did think that. But when it came out that he wasn't married to a Rasta woman, I think a family picture must have came out. I can't remember even know how, but a family picture of him and his woman and his child came out. And then everyone was like, wow, because them times they were strict. They were really strict, like, and they would question you. They would question you. So some of the brothers, especially some of them over here, used to hide the women. I mean, the only time you will see them with the women is when they're at dances per se. But what they would do, they would turn them into Bob Ashanti women.
Yes. That is a fact. But the 12 tribes, no, they were marrying outside. Yeah. And so eventually what they do themselves, they just break away from it because they're living the life in the world and the life as a Rasta, and the two don't meet.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're really into it, it's quite a very strict order.
It is strict. The
It's a very, very strict order. Yeah, it's a strict order. It really is a strict order.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrap up. You're not allowed to wrap up unless they tell you can wrap. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my brother told me that. When you go to, say, like the Nabingi village or whatever, you can't just wrap up your head. They have to see that you have some kind of connection for them to say, yes, it's okay. We will wrap your head, and then you're allowed to wrap your head. They can't just wrap the head as they please. No, there's order to everything, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
There's order.
Because EWF is the constitution of Rasta. They're the ones who carries the constitution of Selassie himself. They carry it, and they're the ones who goes in places like laws and all that stuff. Because, like, I know someone who's part of the EWF. Well, a few of them, and so they're the ones who does all the official stuff.
Yes. Because they are proper priests, don't they?
Yes, proper priests, real chaplains, speaking Amharic and everything.
They do, yeah. Amazing stuff.
It is.
Yeah, amazing stuff. My brother's a Rasta, and he watches a lot of it on YouTube. The Nyabingis at the priests and the singing. My brother's proper into it. Yeah, he's proper into it. I don't really understand it. I've never been a Rasta, so, I can't say that I fully understand it. For me, I've always felt like Rasta is a way of life.
It is.
And I don't like the fact that it is now hooked up to the Roman Catholic Church. I don't. So from that angle, I can't be a Rasta, and I don't want to be a Rasta because I'm not hooked up to no church. And certainly not the Roman Catholic Church, when we know about the Roman Catholic Church and what the Roman Catholic Church has done, and done to our people. No, I saw the ceremony in Barbados. Clever. It's interesting. Yeah, where the Rastas then became part of the Roman Catholic Church. Now it's interesting, isn't it? How Barbados got their independence from. All adds up. My mind, it goes things,
Yeah.
That's why Barbados was allowed to become its own sovereign constitution away from Britain.
Yes.
Is it because they hooked up to the Roman Catholic Church?
Who knows?
Who knows? These people don't give you. These people don't give you nothing, so them just don't give it to yourself.
Yeah, there's always a payment, isn't it?
Of course, there's a payoff. There has to be, because that's how they operate. Sneaking.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
always make sure that they are going to get a better outcome.
Yes.
They're going to stay on top.
Mm-hmm.
But I did watch that. When the Barbados Rastafari movement
Mm.
signed themselves over to the Roman Catholic Church and were accepted by the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah.
I just see it as a way of life. So there's no way that I'm going to be part of no Roman Catholic Church or any church for that matter. So yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm now here making a beautiful salad. I'm on a health drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've started on a health drive now.
Huh.
I was a vegan though a few years ago, and then I came off it. I'm more a vegetarian now, but I'm kind of going back to veganism.
Okay.
It's just I found it to be a very healthy way of life.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's hard. Oh, it's hard work. To give up all you've ever known.
I can imagine, though. I can imagine.
I don't know what age my mother started giving me chicken bone. Because you know, so them I give you chicken bone before you even get your first teeth.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
No, they are. They're giving you your chicken bone. Them said this for strengthen up your jaw, for strengthen up your teeth when your teeth go. Now, man, children need this. Rub it on your gums. Them old time people, man. Those old time people.
The old people and their little sayings.
I'm telling you. But you know what? A lot of those sayings, you know, are spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're spot on. You know, they have word for everything.
Everything.
They have. Everything. They've got words for everything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm gonna actually try and come off it because like I got.
Are you gonna come off?
Yeah, I got to handle the daughter, my small one. You see, she called me. And the last time I was on here, she did something so disgusting, and I said, you know what, right? Anytime she calls me she calls me once, twice, and whatever, I need to go make sure.
You need to go. Okay. Say no more. My son used to do disgusting things too. He did.
But they do it when you're not in the room. Like when I'm in the room, it doesn't happen. I step away. It happens. And I'm like,
kids.
Oh, love of me.
Love-hate relationship, isn't it really? Absolutely. Absolute love-hate relationship. You're absolutely awesome and amazing when you're in your bed. You're the best child ever when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And you look at them and you just look at this purity and this innocence and you just think, oh, they're so gorgeous. Yeah. And then they wake up and it's like, oh my God. Really? It's true. Yeah, it's really, really true.
Oh man! The last time I was on here, because remember when I did that long 5 hours? Yeah.
Oh yes.
I did actually literally take out the stuff to start cooking. So I thought, okay, right, I'm just gonna do a small panel and come off, and it turned into 5 hours. So that's why. So by the time I cook, everybody's sleeping. So I'm gonna try not to do that. I mean, I'm kind of like it's a kind of a good thing I'm going on a little smallish break for a little while, but so at least that I'll be able to handle stuff because at least
I don't know how you're gonna manage that, you know.
I know, knowing me, right? I'm gonna see something and jump on there. Guess what? No, right, knowing me. Because like knowing my luck, as soon as I say okay, right, you know, I'm not gonna end up posting it. I end up posting it up because I don't do all that editing malarkey. I rather just do it just live and done the show. You know what I mean? Well, I mean,
All this editing. Oh my God.
yeah, I mean, those ones who do it and they do it so well, I'm jealous of you guys. You guys, honestly, I'm jealous of you guys.
It's so much easier to do a live, isn't it? Really.
It's easier, and then I can just pull up what I've got to say, talk what I've got to say. You know, if I want to put someone on the panel, I'll put it on. If I don't want to put them, I don't put them on it.
You don't have to.
It's optional. You know what I mean? So,
of course, you don't have to open the panel, do you?
No,
you don't have to put out the stream. You know.
No. But like I said, no, my luck. All right, I'm gonna say okay because I was told 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right, maximum, right? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, how am I gonna do this? So that's why I'm trying to clear the lives because I know me. If the live is hovering
I don't think it's gonna happen. It took me years, you know, to get out of Facebook. And when they came out and said, yeah, they might change it to Meet or whatever they might change it to, I'm like, you know what? This is where I get off. And I've not been tempted one time to go back into Facebook. No. Because as far as I'm concerned, what's the point of using that platform anyway? It's pointless.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it now. It's pointless.
I mean, it's good for some things. I mean, I do use it for some things. It does come in handy for some things, right? So, but
yeah, for you, yeah. But where I'm at, nah, it's not. It's not important to me anymore.
Yeah.
No, I'm just not interested in it at all because I don't want to be part of No Meter or Metaverse or whatever.
Metaverse, yeah.
But apparently, it's not doing very well anyway, is it?
I haven't really been watching it, you know. I just wait till when they
very well. It's not been doing very well. No, they have lost how many billion?
Oh wow!
Yeah, they've lost an absolute fortune. They thought that people would jump on Metaverse, but we have to remember that when any new technology comes out, it tends to be very, very expensive. So it's out of the reach of a lot of poorer people. You know. So they're having to rely on those who have it. I mean, I don't know. I've heard some crazy prices for these glasses.
Oh yes, I've seen the ones for the smart mirror. The smart mirrors is
my gosh,
thing for me. The smart mirror. It's mad.
It was thousands, wasn't it?
Yes. It's about 1,000 for it.
Well, you know, lots of people who've got their millions will be able to purchase it, but us ordinary folks, no, we'll have to wait. You know, like remember when the VCRs came in?
Yeah.
And they were so expensive, and ordinary people really could not afford them. No. And then, well, VCRs have gone now, but they did become very, very cheap. CD players the same, and DVD players. They were all very expensive. And now, well, DVDs are virtually out of fashion, aren't they?
Yeah, it did. It went out. I was like, wow.
That's 5 minutes.
I'm still finding my bootlegs. I keep finding them all over the place. I keep finding my bootlegs.
Well, to be honest, I don't really know how to use mine. And I bought it about 7 years ago, and it's like I don't think I've used it 5 times. So if I have the box, I'd put it in the box because I'm sure it's going to be valuable in probably 30 years' time because they are becoming obsolete, same as the video recorder.
They are. Everything is USB, but then
and Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, everybody's into Netflix.
And some Netflix, Hulu, and some other one. I mean, at first I was not going to go onto the Amazon Prime. Okay, at first I was thinking, no, right? Anyway, I don't know. My friend, she sent me, I think, she recommended me two stuff. I think it's the one with the black family where it's similar to Us.
Yes.
Yeah, that reminds me. I got added to the list, and another one I think she sent me, right? But what drew me in was really that little movie that I spoke about earlier.
Yes.
Movie, that series, because I like fantasy stuff in it. I like witches and warlocks and
Oh yes.
hobbits to a certain extent. Lord of the Rings. I mean, you have to be in the mood to watch Lord of the Rings. Literally.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you do.
You have to be to watch Harry Potter and all that stuff. I know.
I can't take Harry Potter and stuff like that. I've never watched Harry Potter.
Well, because they play it too often. But to be honest, what drew me into the Amazon Prime was that series that series that I saw, and I was like, wow. And then I started looking at it, and it was interesting. I was like, oh, okay. And I was thinking, oh, so really, what I've been doing all that time, thinking Netflix was the thing. Netflix is not the thing. Really, the other one.
I think those, I don't know what you call them. Them things that you plug into into your TV.
Yeah.
What they called again?
The Sky. The Sky.
No, you can plug this thing in. It's an Amazon stick.
Oh yeah, the Amazon stick. Yeah.
That's what people use. Those sticks.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these younger people don't actually watch TV.
No, they don't.
My son never watches TV.
No, because there's nothing on there sometimes.
No, there isn't. He never watches TV at all. But he's on his YouTube, he's on his Netflix and those kind of things, and plays his games. So and I find that a lot of young people do not go on TV or watch TV at all.
Yeah. They're very technology.
Yeah, they are. They're all technology led. My son is very into technology, you know. But then he was grown with it, so I suppose, that makes the difference. I'm learning technology. He's always been involved in technology. It's what they've always known. If you're in your 40s, it's what you've always known.
Yeah, because to be honest, it took me a little while because my children used to hate when I used to call them, oh, come lick this up for me. My children used to be, mum, right? I'd be like, mum, you need to learn to do it, mum. So I had to learn to do it. But the thing with me, I like technology, see? All right, I could be surrounded by technology and feel no way. Because once I learn the basics and the other bits, right, then I get a little bit addicted to the stuff. Like
that's the only thing about it, that it can be quite addictive. And the other thing that what else I find? It's remembering how you've done something to go back and do it the second time. Because sometimes you buck up on things, don't you? So you don't actually recollect how you did it. And it's so frustrating. That's what I don't like about technology. It can be so bloody frustrating. You do something and you go back to do it another time and you can't find. No, you can't remember how you did it. I've done so many things, and I just don't remember how I did it. I don't remember how I'm going to find it. And that's why I can't take with technology. Whereas young people are and they just,
they type quick as well. They type really quick, and me.
Oh God! Well, I type with my finger.
Thumbs. They type with their thumbs. Just their thumbs. Literally, they hold the phone a certain way, and
I can't do it. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, they're really good.
It's even like taking selfies. They can just hold the phone and take a selfie. I can't.
Yeah,
I need 2 hands.
And it looks so good when they've done it.
I'm rubbish. Like, wow. No, they're all filter queens. Come on, let's tell the truth now.
Oh, yes.
Let's tell the truth. When you see a pure photo of you don't see, they've all been filtered.
Yeah.
And why does a 22-year-old need to filter their photograph, for goodness sake?
I don't know, man.
I should be filtering mine.
Trend. I think that's their trend as well. And then they got to wear a little contouring. Like they got to wear a lot of contour and all this stuff on their face.
It's true,
right? And
it is true. Because my granddaughter's exactly like that. Exactly like that.
It's crazy.
Every photo and they're always pouting, aren't they?
Pouting.
My lips don't pout, like that. I don't know how to do it.
I find it really funny. It's like you're like, oh my god. It's like you
Every
know,
photo is a pout.
yes,
Why
yes.
is
And
that?
even I don't know. I don't know. I think that's just their thing. I swear. I think that's just their generation. Because
It must be.
another thing with where which is why I just got a phone that have no smartness on it, because I always used to run up my data. I would take my wherever I be. You know them people who take photographs of their food. You take photographs of, oh,
Oh
look, I'm
gosh,
here.
yes.
You take oh, I'm here. I was one of them people. My
Oh
data
no.
was so. You see, when my bill come, I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna pay it?
I know when I hear people say, "Oh, my phone bill was £100 and odd," I'm like, "You what?"
It's the data. It's the data, man. The data eats it up. It's not. It's not.
Well, I
It's not
make
the phone
sure that
call.
I've got unlimited data.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the phone calls. It's the data. So, so me doing this on my phone. Like so in the end, I just thought, you know what? I'm just getting one of them boring phones. No whistles or nothing on it. Though my daughter has offered me her smartphone a couple times, but I'm thinking to myself, if I have that phone, I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
You know what you're gonna do with it.
I am, I think that's the time I would. I think I'll be leaving the house just to do the ones when they're dramatic
I
and then
do, yeah.
me doing my shopping or some shit like that. I think I will. I definitely think I'll be doing that. But the
Oh,
good thing
my
about it,
granddaughter. My
yeah,
granddaughter, when she's on her way to work,
yeah.
she's taking bloody filming it.
Yes, yes, yes. But my thing is, you see, because like we all are on the YouTube, right? Obviously, right, if someone come across your video and your face or whatever, and you're in that area and stuff, right? I think, right, hi tinfoil. I think, right, it to me,
I
right, people
think,
turn
Boyle,
for
in
all.
fact, I all in the chat.
I know it. I had to reload it, so you can't see everybody. I can just see tinfoil now. So basically, I feel unless you're doing it outside of where you are not living, if you're filming somewhere where you are not living at
Oh,
all,
you can definitely be tracked, can't you?
you can be tracked because
Absolutely.
people can take backgrounds and stuff and all that. It's a very dangerous thing. You see, YouTube is very dangerous. That's why, when people's filming their their halls and all stuff, which is all good and everything. I'm not saying don't do it, right? Just be careful because. Like I'll be looking at some places. I was like, oh yeah, even me, I just recognize certain places in the background, and not
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think.
and by this time, right, I'm not even looking at the background. I'm looking at what's in front of the background.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're looking at the background, and I feel it's most dangerous. That's like setting
It
yourself
is.
up.
It is dangerous because you can often spot places, especially when people are out and about. You can spot exactly where they are at.
Yes. So, I mean, I'd rather be a boring one. I'm sorry, people. I just sit in my one little corner and just give out information like that or whatever. Because even when you're pulling up videos of people, from what Mind Over Matter said, he said, right, when you are pulling up information, when you're showing like Instagrams and stuff, he said that's against privacy apparently. So even that you have to be careful with as well because
oh wow,
gosh,
there's just so much that you have to consider, isn't there?
Yes,
we're living in crazy times, in a crazy world. We really are. It's absolutely crazy that a photograph was something that was seen as very innocent, and people used to look at photographs and admire them, but that was paper photographs. Now there's no such thing as a paper photograph. Everything is digitalized. Everything's on phones. Everything's in your memory. Everything goes to the cloud or wherever it wants to bloody go.
and then even now, I can't get back my cloud right now because so I don't know whether, I mean, even though Vasco said that how, no, was it Vasco? Somebody said to me that how the Google and that will change anyway. So the cloud's disappeared now. So but the problem with that is, right, I had all,
You know something? I think you could be right, because I have loads of images and I send them to the clouds. Like lots of good mornings. I send good mornings to a lot of people every day. So I collect them, you know, and I've gone into my phone recently. Like I'm going in, say if I went into your name, for example, and clicked on it, stuff that I would have posted to you 3 years ago, 2 years ago, is all gone. It's totally gone.
it's
And
gone.
it says this media file is no longer available.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
things have been wiped off the phone. I didn't wipe them off the phone. They've been wiped off my phone.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying because
It is very, very annoying.
because I sent baby pictures to the cloud to save it, thinking it will be all right there. So now I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what? So even to retrieve it, at first they're saying that how, right, you got to download another software to get that one. But when I'm on the laptop, what it was doing, it was doing funny things to the laptop. So I had to get rid of it. I had to just uninstall it. So the only way I'll be able to get, my daughter said, is if I uninstall the Google and reinstall it again. She said that's the only way you could get it. But what what I hate now is like, because like, I mean, it's good that how people can't just enter into your Google,
Yes.
which is good. But the only thing with that is, right, because like you're so used to going to your mail, and you're so used to going to the post, and you're so used to doing certain things, you can't do the same thing that you were doing before.
No,
And
you
I don't
can't.
know whether it's deliberate or what, because they need to sort it out, because people have saved those of their memories in the cloud, like black and white.
Absolutely. And supposing you've lost a loved one and that's all you have, that's the only memories that you have left of that person, is those pictures that you took of that person. You know, you're going to want to look at those pictures, you know. You can, and you can also print them off if you want to, but you're not going to be given the chance if you go to your cloud and they're not there. Well, I've noticed a lot of my stuff's gone off the cloud.
Yeah, it's very annoying, and I'm like, wow. And I'm like, wow, this is technology, because USB keys are easy to lose. I mean, like, you can say stuff on USB. I mean,
and lose the key.
Yeah, because my daughter found an old USB key that I had ages ago, and I didn't even know that it existed. But then,
I've got a few of them here too. Old USBs.
Yeah, because those keys are so small. Like, you know, you can get.
Are they still in fashion, or have they gone out of date now?
They still got them. They still got them in fashion. They're still around, but it's
I'm so au fait with technology, me. I'm very au fait with it. Gosh.
Yeah. Technology's really changed up, because long time ago, right, on YouTube, you couldn't do this, because Red School even talking about, when he was talking about the hangouts, when people used to go on the hangouts and they will have.
YouTube was boring.
YouTube had nothing. The most you can do is upload, and you couldn't talk like this, because I don't even remember the lives was different. The lives, right, was big bold writing across the front of the thing, like when you enter the like when you're watching it on the screen or whatever. And now and then they moved it to the side, the chat room. The chat room used to be inside of the screen, where
it's just all moving too quickly, isn't it? It's just moving so rapid. I mean, the last 2 years, the technology is just off the Richter scale, the kind of technology that's out there.
Yes.
If they say that, this technology, it'll be in about 2 to 3 years, it's already there. It's already
here. It's here.
Yeah,
because Elon Musk, the video I was trying to put up one time and it didn't work. It was the one where it showed all the stuff what Elon Musk literally invented. There was one that's like the bullet train, right? Similar to the bullet train, but I think the passengers will be at the bottom. You know, like when it's being when it's riding or whatever it's doing, it's underneath. So it's similar to like something that you will see on us. I think Spider-Man movies got it. I'm not sure, but there was a couple more other technology there, right? But the thing is that, right, when I download certain stuff, they don't want me to play it all most of the time, right? Or
No, they
upload.
block you. They block you from playing them, don't they?
Yeah. Or they will say because at first they were saying that they don't want double videos of the same thing. They were saying that. So
Well, if you look on the Jamaican sites, they play the same. That 20 vloggers play the same thing every night.
yes,
They're all talking about the same things, aren't they?
yes.
So
Yeah.
you know that doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't. It don't make sense. You look at the Jamaican YouTube channels. There's a lot of them, and they
Yes.
tend to all be discussing more or less the same issues.
The same thing. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They're all discussing the same thing, and there's at least 20 of them doing that.
Yes. But what's so strange? What's so strange, right? Because I didn't know. I think my daughter told me about Elon Musk in passing. So when I started seeing videos of him coming out, little bits, right? There's even a guy who's also from England, and he's on stuff talking about the tsunami coming to America and all this stuff and all that stuff. Now, like there's loads of people who are seeing a lot of stuff and that. So like when I put up the video of the car, for instance, which is a good example, the video of the car, I uploaded the video one of the cars,
is that the electric car?
The electric car where it changes color, right?
Oh,
Now,
yes. I remember watching that.
yeah, and I was trying to get a good
color
angle.
changing car.
Yeah, I was trying to
Yes, I remember.
a video with a good angle of it so you can see it properly because what they're doing, they're meeting up in Dubai or wherever they're meeting, and they're doing all these exhibitions of cars and electrical things. So when I tried to upload it now, it said no, it's a copyright or something like that, or you can't do it.
Right, yeah.
Think
Won't
about
allow
it
you.
and delete it, and then I had to delete the download. So, and that was a really good angle of it. But there is another one where like there's inventions of stuff what Elon Musk did, right? But I don't know whether I can put it up or whether I would have to come on here like this and then put it up like I've been doing before, because that's the only way. So, and plus there's certain channels you cannot upload stuff from. You cannot show
Yes,
them
yes.
certain stuff because they will strike you.
What I find interesting is that some videos, we can't even watch them in the UK.
No, we can't.
Not available to the UK. Why?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because they don't want the people to know, but though
No,
the
they
people
don't.
know, because some people is very ahead over here anyway, right? So some people know what time of day it is anyway. But but there's other people who don't know exactly what is going on. And
there's always ways for information to get through anyway. Always. We're always going to find ways to get information to one another, No matter what they do, they're never going to totally, truly block us from passing information to one another.
Yes.
Even if it is via the I'm only joking, the telegraph pole. We'll find a way. You just have to we'll have to become very resourceful.
Yes. Well, that's what everybody was saying. That's why you see when we spoke about the storing of food, and people saying that how if if the internet went down, how would they meet up or how would they do things? Because most things are run on the internet, innit?
Yes.
Right. So some people are working out ways where they can do that, and other people, I don't know. Some is and some isn't. But from what I've seen, because they're allowing certain stuff to be put out, and they're not allowing the few things to be put out. Like
Yes.
they're restricting a lot of stuff. Their censorship is really ridiculous.
The censorship is off the Richter scale now. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
For me, it is apparent that you have something to hide if you have to censor it to this degree. It's that simple. So people are going to see through your bull crap. We can see through you. We know that you are lying. Let me make it clear. We know that you are lying because only a liar has to hide information and censor information. Somebody who's got nothing to hide doesn't have to censor or hide away information. It's like somebody chatting you, like somebody chatting you and you collaring them, and they're going to deny that they were chatting you and stuff. And you know damn well they were chatting you. Do you know what I mean? So, no, we know damn well that these people are lying, and that's why they're censoring so much information. I think they're making themselves look really bad, personally. I do think they're making themselves look bad, and they're showing us quite clearly how deceitful and wicked they are. That's it.
Yeah.
They are. Let the information go out. Let it all go out. Let all this information go out, and let the people decide for themselves. But it's not all information that we can take on. We can only take on so much information, to be honest, and some of it we're going to chew up and spit out. Others we will retain, but we're not being given an opportunity. It's like they're now burning books again, even reading books. I'm looking for something. I was looking for something today on Amazon, and I can't get it in the format that I want it. I have to get it in a format that has been played around with, and I don't want that. I want the purity of the thing. I don't want something that you've condensed into a pill. Because if you condensed it into a pill, you've got to put some kind of chemicals into that pill to make it bind. So I don't actually want the pill. I'd like the natural thing itself. And I can't get it on Amazon at all. I got something some years ago that was supposed to be very, very, very good for you. And I think I've got a few here. I can't remember the name of it now. I just can't remember the name of it. Okay. Apricot kernels.
Okay.
You go on YouTube. You go on Amazon and see if you can get them. They banned them.
They banned them.
Yeah. They absolutely did. They banned them. They apparently can kill cancer.
Yeah.
And you only needed to eat about 5 a day of these kernels, and they got rid of them. So you can't get them anymore.
I'm not surprised. To be honest. I'm not surprised.
I did at the beginning of the 2020. They did issue statements that they own everything, will own everything, and if they want to come in your house and take away your herbs and your spices and your blah blah blah,
Yeah. That's the codex thing. I remember people talking about that.
Yeah. I mean, I like my little bits and pieces, little minerals and things, but I like them in the format that they come in, which is they come out the ground, they come off the tree or whatever. That's what I want. I don't want it compounded into what you want to compound it in, because you're going to cut it with other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want it that way, because it won't have the potency that I need it to have. There's And this is what they're doing. I was looking for something else today. Nah, can't get it. Just cannot get these things. Certainly not on Amazon. So you have to find one of the natural health shops. I'm in HNB, not that one. That's part of them. You know which one I mean? The
Yeah, I know.
HNB. Yeah. That's part of the, So you have to go to a little independent who sources these things from right around the world. Because all these things, because I even wrote this down, on the list for prepping.
Yeah.
People won't think of these things, but you also need to prep your vitamins and your minerals and those kind of things. Your vitamin B, your vitamin A's, and all those kind of things. They need to be prepared because you're not going to be able to get them. They're going to be removed from the shops.
Yes, I know. Everything's going to be changed up and gone and stuff.
Everything, yeah. No generation has ever gone through what we're going to go through.
Yeah, it's going to be something else apparently as well. It's going to be a whole lot something else.
Yeah, it's going to be something else, indeed. Yeah, it really is.
It's going to be something straight out of the movies.
Well, we've been watching a movie for 2 years.
Yeah.
I call it a soap opera. The longest running soap opera, The movie. Yeah. The movie. It is. It's like a movie. It's unbelievable.
It is.
It is. It really is unbelievable. But who do I feel most? I feel sorry for children,
The children.
I really feel sorry for the babies. And I also feel sorry for the elderly, because they don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't. They don't get it. And why would they? Why would they? Many of those alive today have never been involved in a war. We've never been involved in wars.
Yes, true.
And so this is a very, very scary time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
What are we going to face?
Anyways, Christina, I'm gonna come.
I know. I think we should, because I'm gonna cook a little bit of food.
Yes.
I've prepped my salad. That's all done.
Yes.
So now I have to get on with my good old vegan food today. I'll see how long it lasts for. Okay. But it's brain food, It's absolute brain food.
Well, that's good. That's good if it's brain food then.
It is. It's brain food.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about it one day. It's excellent.
Yes. On the supposedly break, which I hope I do, and not come back.
Well, see you tomorrow.
well,
social media is addictive.
Yeah.
You wake up at 4:00 in the morning to go to the toilet and you have to look at your phone.
Yes.
Madly.
Yes. That's
Madly.
me. I ain't gonna lie, that's me. I'm really bad. My children said they're going to hide my laptop. I said, no, you can't hide my laptop. I need.
Oh Lord! If anything happened to that laptop, Lord help you.
I need it. I mean, obviously, right, if I don't get a next one, I would. You know what I mean? But
I know.
I need
Mine
it.
broke down years ago, and I don't. Well, it showed that blue screen. They call it the screen of death, don't they?
Yeah.
You've heard of the blue screen of death on your laptop?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think you could kill one, but mine's dead.
Oh no.
Yeah, mine's
don't wish it on my.
I won't. I would never wish it on yours.
Apart from my one bed.
I know how essential they are.
Yeah. Well, you literally don't think on it because council tax can be everything's done on internet. you can't really get away from using the internet. You have to use
You
it.
cannot. Everything now is done online. There's nothing that
Everything.
there's
Literally.
no. It's not even phone calls anymore. It's just done
No,
online.
no, exactly. Literally,
Yeah, you
literally.
just directed everything. Everything is online. That's why I
Yes.
say I really feel sorry for the old people because they were not born and raised with internet.
No.
It is only what 20 years old, really. About
Yes.
20 years old, 20 something years old. You
Mm.
know, and a lot of old people have only had phones in the last maybe 10.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a funny story. I was in Alston one day
Mm.
and this man's phone rang, an elderly black guy. His phone rang and he took out this phone and he's going, hello? Hello? And the phone's ringing and it's ringing and it's ringing and he's going, hello? Hello? And I thought, oh, I need to help him. I need to help you. I said, sweetheart, you have to push a button, you know. He said, oh, thanks. That was so funny. That was so funny.
It is
Oh,
fun.
dear.
It is. It is. And then people, like you said, they don't understand that how that you got to do password for everything, password for
Oh,
this, password for that. Come, let me see. Come.
they always have to let somebody, a family member or a friend or somebody, my brother, the
Hmm.
one that I go to all the time, he's got an iPhone and God knows why he bought this bloody iPhone. Because he can't use it.
Mm.
He has to keep passing it over to people to do stuff to it.
Oh wow.
No, he hasn't got a clue about it. He hasn't got a plumbing clue how to use this phone. He can answer it. Now and again, he can make a phone call, but he can't
Hmm.
do much else with it.
That's so much fun.
He's absolute rubbish on that phone. I mean, they're like computers, aren't they?
Yeah,
iPhones.
the new ones are like a small laptop.
They are. They
It's just
are. They're very technical.
yeah.
And somebody like my brother, nah, I won't even go near it. I won't actually go near it.
Hmm.
He'll say so and so's wrong. I said, nah, I don't know nothing about that, mate. Sorry, mate. But
Mhm.
I don't want to touch it because, you know, it might turn to dust. I'm not into that. So allow that. Let somebody who knows about iPhones. I know nothing about them. I've never had one.
Mm.
And I've never used one. So I don't know anything about it. And it's too complicated for me.
Mm.
It just runs off a totally different operating system
Yeah, it
to
does.
Android. It's totally different.
Mm. Oh.
And
No,
no, I'm not. I mean, it's not like they're a beautiful looking phone or anything. You're paying a grand and more.
some of them
Uh,
are huge looking. You can't even put it discreetly inside your pocket. You have to wipe this up.
that's definitely like a mini laptop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mini laptop.
It's like a tablet, like a tablet.
Yeah, yeah, small tablet.
Yeah, it's like an 8-9 inch tablet.
Yeah,
Yes, I have seen them. I have seen those big ones.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna go. Let's come off the phone.
yeah. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'm done. I have to go because the call's coming in.
All right then. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm coming, Yona. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna take Christine off because she said her phone rang. So I'm gonna come off. Okay, let me take her off. Oh, no. I thought she said she finished. No. Yeah. So, I'm gonna come off now. Thank you, Christine, for coming over as usual. Thank you, Tripsies and Tinfoil. And let me look on the thing because I can't see on the other side. Ghetto Child, Christine, Ghetto Child, and Tinfoil. Okay. So, with that said, I am going to mosey on off here now because I've done 2 hours, which is good still, isn't it? But you know, there's so much to talk about. I mean, like, you know, you can't put everything in one video. Was it gone for 10 hours? You know, there's too much information, topics to cover. And I've got 2 more lives to finish, and then 2-3 weeks. That's for it. Yeah. But I know, but then say it ain't gonna last, right? You know, it ain't gonna last, right? Okay, it ain't gonna last, right? Right? But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. It ain't gonna last. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Right? So I'll be in people's chats after that. I'm just gonna finish off the lives and Baba, you just heard her moan a little bit. And yeah, so with that said, I'm gonna come off. I'm hoping that the chat side will stay on because it keeps taking the chats off. I don't know why. So with that said, I'll see you later. Oh yeah, see you, Christine, as well, if I did include you in the thing. So I'm gonna come off, okay? Alright, later. Bye.